What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be an archaeologist.
You know how many archaeologists I've met? Zero. But I got news for you, little man. The American dream is dead.
The story begins with an angel standing on top of a tall building, watching the busy city below. His name is Gabriel. He lives among humans without ever being seen, but is always there around them, often stepping in quietly to prevent disasters and save lives, guiding a distracted driver away from danger. One day, a man named Arj is driving while typing a message. His life is at its lowest point. He has just lost his job and is close to giving up. But before an accident happens, Gabriel gives him a sign that makes him avoid death. Not long after, Arj is seen standing in a long line to buy bread. He is not buying it for himself. He is paid by someone else to wait in line. He takes any job he can find just to survive. No matter how hard he tries, his income is never enough, and his dream of living well remains only a fantasy.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be an archaeologist.
You know how many archaeologists I've met? Zero. But I got news for you, little man. The American dream is dead.
When the last loaf of bread is taken by a rich man, Arj can only accept it in silence. From a distance, Gabriel watches his suffering, unseen but always there. During lunch, Arj is approached by a woman named Elena. She tries to talk to him about working conditions and forming a labor union, but Arj refuses, saying he is only a freelancer. Elena leaves without another word. That night, Arj eats at a small food stall on the edge of the city. By chance, Elena is there too. This time, Arj gathers the courage to invite her to share a meal. Their conversation flows easily, warm and genuine. Elena works full-time as a furniture maker, while Arj occasionally edits documentary films from his old laptop. From above, Gabriel watches them both. He looks pleased to see Arj smiling, even if only for a moment. After dinner, Arj returns to his old car, the same one he uses as his home in a supermarket parking lot. When his father calls, Arj lies and says he lives in an apartment. Later, he falls asleep to the sound of a podcast playing softly through his phone.
Shutting down for the day. Your upper... Want to hear the pod with no ads? Only $5.99 a month.
High above, Gabriel remains awake, silently watching over him. Somewhere else, angels from different divisions gather together. Some are in charge of guiding the tides of the sea, others protect the snow, and many more watch over the balance of nature and life. One of them proudly shares a story about helping a person rediscover the meaning of life. Hearing this, Gabriel feels a quiet envy. He wishes he could do the same. He approaches Martha, another angel, and asks if he can take on a similar mission to Azrael, the guide of lost souls. Martha warns him that finding a soul truly lost is never easy, but Gabriel insists. He tells her about a man named Arj, someone on the edge of losing hope. He also mentions his new task, saving a woman named Elena from a recent accident that almost claimed her life. Meanwhile, Arj's life shows no sign of getting better. He is forced to leave the parking lot where he used to sleep and begins using a gym only to take showers. No matter where he goes, Gabriel never stops watching him from afar. One day, Arj gets an extra job cleaning a luxury garage. The owner is a rich man named Jeff, who happens to recognize Arj as the same person he once saw waiting in line at the bakery. With a friendly smile, Jeff invites him to look around the spacious garage while sharing stories about his daily routine, from cold showers and sauna sessions to his busy schedule. While he talks, Arj keeps working carefully and quietly. His focus and discipline catch Jeff's attention. Impressed by his effort, Jeff offers him a meal and asks if he would like to work with him on a more regular basis. When Arj eagerly asks if Jeff needs a personal assistant, Jeff admits that he does have many things to manage. Without hesitation, Arj says, "I can help." Impressed by his enthusiasm, Jeff decides to give him a one-week trial. In a short time, Ars proves himself capable. He handles every task quickly, precisely, and with perfect organization, from managing Jeff's schedule to taking care of the smallest details without a single mistake. Satisfied with his performance, Jeff makes him a full-time employee. He later shares more about his life, revealing that he is an investor who puts his money into several companies he co-founded with his business partners. That, he explains, is the source of his wealth. After that, Ars moves into a small motel to stay for a while. The next morning, as Ars gets ready, Jeff hands him a small box and a code to open a safe containing a gun, reminding him to be careful around the homeless nearby. Jeff also asks him to reserve a bar table for the weekend. When Ars requests permission to have lunch outside because he plans to meet Elena, Jeff supports the idea and even lends him one of his jackets so he looks more presentable. Ars and Elena finally meet at a restaurant. Elena teases him for being late, and the atmosphere becomes light and relaxed. When they look at the menu, Ars is a bit surprised by the high prices, but they decide to share a meal. When the bill arrives, the total comes to $335. Ars insists on paying, using Jeff's credit card that he had kept earlier for work purposes. That night, when Ars returns to Jeff's house, he finds the walls covered with countless photos of Jeff himself. A few moments later, Jeff is furious and accuses Ars of using his credit card for personal expenses before firing him on the spot. Desperate and out of money, Ars sells his plasma just to get some cash. Meanwhile, Jeff attends a strange meeting with a group of people who look like members of a secret cult. Sometime later, Ars falls asleep inside a restaurant from exhaustion. When he wakes up, his car has been towed and a new parking ticket sits on the table. His life feels completely destroyed. From above, Gabriel finally realizes that Ars is the lost soul he has been searching for. The angel descends and appears before him, revealing his wings and admitting that he was sent to help him. He shows Ars a series of visions about a possible future, where Ars works hard.
Don't forget the pee bottle, bro.
But wait, there's more.
Elena and I move in together?
Technically, you both move in with her mom.
And takes care of a sick dog that needs an expensive surgery. Seeing this, Ars feels heartbroken, realizing that his future never truly improves. Gabriel, now aware that he has broken the heavenly rules by interfering too deeply, explains that the strength and rank of an angel can be seen through the size of their wings. He then takes Ars to see the real life of Jeff. When Ars wakes up, he finds himself wearing an expensive suit and sitting inside a luxury car. He drives to Jeff's house, but this time, everything is different. Jeff is now his subordinate, and the walls are filled with Ars portraits. Gabriel tells him that Ars's soul remains the same, but the world around him has changed. It now belongs to Jeff. He warns him that this new reality will only last until the end of the week. In his new life, Ars begins to enjoy his role as Jeff, living the kind of luxury he once could only dream of. During a business meeting, he speaks with confidence before a group of clients. From a distance, Gabriel watches with mixed feelings. He grows uneasy as he notices that every problem Ars faces is easily solved by money. Thinking that Ars might still miss his past, Gabriel tries to guide him toward reconnecting with Elena. But when Ars approaches her again, she does not recognize him at all. Even so, they quickly grow close once more and enjoy each other's company. They even dine at the same restaurant as before, only this time their meal is offered free of charge. A week passes, and Gabriel finally asks Ars if he wants to return to his old life. But Ars refuses. He feels comfortable with his new life and understands that the decision to go back is entirely his. Gabriel no longer has the power to force him. When Gabriel tells Marta about what happened, something unexpected occurs. His actions create a major disturbance in the order of heaven. As a result, Gabriel is punished and loses his wings.
Oh, man.
Turn around.
The next day, Arj hosts a poolside party and notices that Gabriel has lost his powers. In despair, Gabriel goes to Jeff and says that none of this feels fair. He decides to show Jeff the truth, revealing everything that has happened. The shock is too much, and Jeff faints. When he regains consciousness, Jeff panics and begs for his life to be returned. After learning that Arj had been living in a car, Jeff even offers $200,000 to get his life back. But Gabriel explains that if they switch lives again, Jeff will remember nothing afterward. He also makes it clear that no angel has the right to send a human soul to hell. After several arguments, Arj finally agrees to switch back, but he asks for a few more days to enjoy the life he has now. Jeff accepts, believing he can endure living as Arj a little longer. Meanwhile, Gabriel, who has now completely lost his divine powers, asks Jeff for permission to stay with him. Jeff agrees, and the two share a small room in a cheap hotel. The next morning, an elderly woman knocks on their door and throws them out because they cannot pay the rent. With no place to stay, Jeff begins to live the way Arj once did. He waits in line for free meals and searches for any job he can find. Together with Gabriel, he tries to survive by doing small tasks for a few dollars. Slowly, Jeff begins to understand how hard Arj's old life really was. The low wages and endless struggle make him realize how difficult it is just to keep going. Since his payment is only due at the end of the week, he's forced to sleep in a car.
We could put a little curtain up in between for privacy.
No.
No curtain, okay?
Meanwhile, Arj tries to keep his relationship with Elena alive. He even plans to take her to Paris. But Elena refuses, saying she is too busy with work.
Hardware heaven, and that sucks.
From the way Arj speaks, full of pride and arrogance, she realizes he is no longer the same man she once knew, the one who was humble and determined. Heartbroken, she walks away. Hurt and lost, Arj returns to his old habits, driving while typing a message. This time, it ends in a terrible accident. Gabriel appears before Jeff and tells him that Arj is now in a coma, and they must wait until he wakes up before they can switch lives again. Because of what happened, Gabriel is stripped of his status as an angel. He's told that only if Arj chooses to return to his old life will Gabriel regain his wings. Until that moment comes, he must live as a mortal. For the first time, Gabriel truly feels hunger, exhaustion, and fear. He panics, struggling to understand how to survive in the human world. Seeing him so lost, Jeff tries to calm him down by coming up with a plan. He decides to visit one of the companies where he used to invest, hoping to pitch new ideas and get a job.
Let go of me! Let go of me!
Oh no.
Yeah.
Chicken nugget?
3 weeks pass, and no company calls him back. During this time, Gabriel becomes addicted to browsing the internet, fascinated by everything he discovers. With his money running out, Jeff finally admits that he can no longer support them both, and tells Gabriel that he needs to find his own job. Gabriel eventually finds work as a dishwasher. It is a simple job, but he feels proud when he receives his first paycheck. However, he soon realizes that one job is not enough to cover his expenses. To survive, he must take on more work and learn to live the way humans do every day. After a long coma, Arj finally opens his eyes and regains consciousness. Arj asks the nurse if memory loss is common after an accident. Moments later, Jeff receives a notification from his food delivery app. Jeff rushes to Arj's place, but when he arrives, Arj pretends not to recognize him. He acts as if the head injury has truly erased his memory. He even hands him a brochure about coping with amnesia, leaving him more confused than ever. With a hard heart, Jeff returns to Gabriel and explains everything. Gabriel looks exhausted and close to giving up, but Jeff tries to lift his spirit and reminds him not to lose hope. Soon, Gabriel gets an idea. He believes that he can help Elena fix her life, something he should have done from the beginning. Then maybe Arj and Jeff's lives will also return to normal. Gabriel goes to Elena's workplace where a labor union meeting has taken place. Elena passionately speaks about how hard they work for such little pay. Suddenly, Gabriel stands up
and delivers a heartfelt speech that inspires everyone in the room.
And dogs. I petted a dog for the first time the other day. For us, and for the dogs.
But when someone asks which department he works in, he honestly admits that he's not an employee at all. The confession gets him thrown out immediately. Not long after, the union's attempt to demand higher wages completely fails. Feeling crushed, Gabriel spends the night at a bar. There, his coworker Felipe tries to cheer him up, assuring him that things will eventually get better. To take his mind off things, Felipe invites him to a party that same night. At the party, Gabriel dances freely, without worry or burden. Then, unexpectedly, he comes face to face with the woman he once saved from a car accident, the one who had been texting while driving. Meanwhile, Jeff receives bad news from his delivery app. His account has been closed and replaced by an automated robot system. For the first time, he truly feels the weight of losing a job, something he once only watched happen to others. He begins to understand the pain of people who lose their livelihoods because of advancing technology. His misfortune does not stop there. He gets a parking ticket, and his car is towed away, exactly like what once happened to Arj. Realizing the similarity, Jeff decides to put on his old watch and attend his own birthday party, certain that Arj will not recognize anyone because of his supposed amnesia. At the party, Gabriel watches Arj dancing and notices a man standing beside him, the same man Arj once met at the gym. Elena, now working as a server at the event, approaches Arj and wishes him happy birthday.
I used to be an angel.
Are we role-playing right now? I want you so bad.
No.
Tell me more secrets.
As the crowd begins to leave, Arj sits alone until a man named Leonard approaches him and starts a conversation. Arj opens up about his troubled relationship with Elena. When the party ends, Elena finds Arj asleep alone at the table and decides to stay. They begin to dance slowly in the now quiet room. In their soft conversation, Elena tells him that her rent has gone up and she lost her home. She now lives in her cousin's car. She admits she once dreamed of going to Paris, but now she prefers to fight for people like Jeff so they can have a fair chance at life. Her words move Arj deeply and leave him lost in thought. Later that night, as Arj falls asleep, Jeff sneaks into his room to retrieve his watch. Startled, thinking a thief has broken in, Arj grabs a gun and fires, unknowingly repeating Jeff's own advice from before. Shoot first, ask later. The gunshot becomes the turning point that exposes every truth between them in the hospital. After the incident, Arj finally understands everything and decides to move on with his life. But Gabriel explains that the exchange cannot be completed yet because Arj still needs to find the meaning of his own life and make peace with his guilt toward Jeff. Arj then suggests that the three of them live together until the time comes. Eventually, Arj, Jeff, and Gabriel share a small home. They share meals, laughter, and simple moments of peace. Jeff feels truly happy seeing their bond restored. Three souls finally understanding the meaning of life. One day, Martha appears before Gabriel and tells him that she has seen everything that happened. She reminds him that a lost soul does not always need the help of an angel. Sometimes all it needs is someone who truly cares. Gabriel struggles to understand the meaning behind her words. Later, while eating at a small food stall, Arj runs into Elena again. She tells him that she's rebuilding her labor union and is determined to fight for change for everyone. That night, they all go out together, and Gabriel, now completely at ease with human life, dances with confidence and grace on the dance floor. But Arj notices something weighing on his heart and asks, what is wrong?
That I'm kind of a dum-dum.
A dum-dum?
Gabriel honestly admits that if he returns to being an angel, he will lose all the things he has grown to love in the human world. No car, no possessions, and no earthly life. His mission will be over, and they will never meet again. He also confesses that he has grown to love living as a human. Like Jeff and Arj, he now hopes that another angel might someday help him, just like Azrael did once. Arj looks at him and says that he is grateful it was Gabriel who came to help. He also admits that even with all the struggles in his life, he still wants to be himself, not Jeff. Suddenly, Arj finds himself back in the parking lot, the same place where the first exchange happened. On the other side, Jeff wakes up in his own body again. When he receives a parking ticket for Arj's car, he is surprised to find that the fine has already been paid. Meanwhile, Arj finally opens up to his father about all the hardships he has faced. His father comforts him and says that everything will be fine. Jeff, now with a new understanding of hard work, uses his influence to fight for justice for delivery drivers, demanding fairer pay and threatening to withdraw his investments if nothing changes. After seeing the struggles of ordinary people, he truly wants to make a difference. Arj decides to quit his part-time jobs and start a blog about economy and freelance life. He spends his days peacefully with his father and Elena. As a final tribute to his friend, he leaves Gabriel's favorite meal on the dining table. And that is where this story comes to an end.